Easy exhales. The idea that I have for today is regarding control. A lot of times we feel like we have to control everything about our life. Otherwise, the things that we want won't happen, whether that's at work, in the family, our hopes and dreams for our life. It feels like a very 1 + 1 = 2. I have to do this amount of effort this many times, and then I'll get my reward. But I'd like us to shift, at least for this class, into a little bit more of a quantum realm where it's like we can trust the universe wants what we want, and that it's as we work toward those things with ease, not necessarily needing to control every little detail. We just trust that things will happen to us in happy, pleasant, unexpected ways. As we let go of the control, we're able to just enjoy the experiences that happen a little bit more. The more we control, the less enjoyable life is. It's like trying to swim upstream because we want to be in that spot of land versus just enjoying the ride, getting to flow down the stream. So that's our idea for today. So there's going to be little moments where we do exert control, such as when we're balancing. But to the extent possible, even in those moments of control, rather than being rigid, can we try to play with finding ease, with just playing with the breath, playing with presence, just enjoying how we get to be together with an awesome group of people this morning. So with this to lead us on, let's take the knees into the chest. Just enjoy a couple of good breaths. Rocking can feel really nice. Release the left leg along to the floor. I'm going to hug this right knee a little bit closer in toward the right shoulder. Nice compression across the front of the hip flexors. So the shoulder blades spread open on the back. Three times, let's pass the knee back and forth into the right hand, just opening as wide as the bones want to go to the right. And then start to cross over to the left, just to the point where the hip is just starting to lift off the ground a little bit. And so twice more like that, open. And travel across. Once more. And as the leg goes across, either stay in this IT band stretch or continue to deepen the twist. So it'll shift exactly which muscles are involved based on what you choose. Dropping the hip back down to the ground. Straighten this right leg up to sky, just muscularly, no hands right now. 3 times, this leg is going to do some circles clockwise. So as big as you can, 3. And up. 2. 1. Reverse. 3. 2. 1. Now hands grab on, just help the ease of the stretch. But note that based on where you're gripping and where you're focusing the stretch, it'll change exactly what you're experiencing. So if you're trying to take the bend out of the knee, that helps to deepen the stretch in the hamstring. And if you're focusing on pulling the toes closer to the head and the chest, that also involves the calves. So depending on if you're wanting to focus on that area today, that's something that you can do. The stretches in that similar way are a balance between where we're exerting focus, where we're changing the joints and the muscles to move versus the areas that are relaxed. Now let this knee swivel out to the side. We're trying to grab onto the foot with the left hand, the knee with the right hand. Just rock this hip out in this way. Little baby cradle. And take the left knee in. We can drop that right thigh onto the left knee, setting up our figure 4 stretch. So clasp around thigh or shin, whatever you can reach. Releasing the hands, keep the ankle to thigh, left foot goes back to floor. Then 3 times we rock the whole unit the legs are in over to the right and over to the left. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Release right foot all the way along to the ground. Left knee comes directly in. Give it a hug. Pull it close to the left shoulder. Three times we let the knee go open to the side. And then across the body. And 2. And 1. Stay with it across the body, either pausing in the IT band stretch where the hip is just a little bit off the ground, or continue to deepen the twist if that's what you would prefer at this moment. So the areas maybe that want to hold tight, try to invite them to release as much as possible here. And shifting back to greater control, return the hip down muscularly, straighten leg up to sky. Good, so 3 cycles each direction. First direction, 3. And 2. 1. Reverse. 3. 2. 1. And hold the leg. Remember, you're conscious about where you're stretching, focusing on taking the bend out of the knee for hamstring, and or maybe ball of foot gets closer to the head. Back to a bit more ease here. Swivel the knee out, foot in. Right hand grabs foot, left hand grabs knee, rock it out a few times. Feel how different this type of rocking is than what we were doing earlier. And as that feels like it's released something, take right knee in, set up figure four, hug around thigh or shin. Right foot to floor. And 3 times this leg, this unit that the legs are in, falls all the way to right, all the way to the left, nice and slowly. Notice what your experience is here. Sometimes there's things you realize are going on with inner thighs or outer thighs, or even across the sacrum on the back. So one more cycle. Beautiful. Release the leg. We'll come up to a seated place. You can roll like a ball if you'd like a few times. Good. So tucking the left foot up to the right inner thigh. Circle the arms up to sky. Pause for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, tilt forward, release. Now as the spine starts to rise back up, we're going to hook onto this leg and then straighten the leg upward. So you might be clasping around ball of foot, you might be clasping more like around calf, or even lower, just whatever you need to do so that you're balancing and stretching the leg. And then from here, hook the left hand to the outside of that right leg. This right arm is going to take 3 semicircles. So right arm circles up and all the way back, all the way forward. So starting to warm up that shoulder area. 2. This third time, stay back, either level with the shoulder or at the floor, your choice. Feel how as you continue to try to put pressure into the leg, you're like letting the leg swivel to the top left corner of the mat. That gets into IT band a bit. Good. Return the arm. And then as we set the leg down, set it down wide. So now right hand is planting in front of the right leg. Drop the right shoulder a bit closer. Left shoulder pulls back. And then we're going to play around with this left arm. So it goes up and over. And then just feel how the shoulder joint is. So you're welcome to play with kind of rounding the shoulder joint down a little bit. And then play with pulling it up and back. Starting to get into some of those muscles in that area. You're welcome to take 2 or 3 times, or if you find a good spot that just feels beautiful, you can just pause right there. And right. Beautiful. So now left leg is extending forward, right foot touch the thigh. Both arms circle up to sky. Inhale. Exhale, release forward. Starting to rise the spine up. We're trying to lift the leg, rock back just enough that you're balancing the weight of the leg. Just grab the best that you can, try to help it stretch. Hook the right hand to the outside of the leg. Helps to invite the leg into that crossed shape. You're going to top right corner of that. And left arm up. And all the way forward. 2. This last one, stay. And return. Set the leg wide on the floor. Left hand in front of the leg. Drop down just a little bit, the shoulder closer to knee. And then right arm up, over. And again, you can be playful several times if you'd like. Dip the shoulder down. Stack the shoulder back up and even back. If there's a good spot that you find, you can pause. Otherwise, just rocking like this can be helpful. And rise. Come to easy cross leg. Circle the arms up to sky. Inhale. Exhale, arms drop down. Right hand to floor, left hand up, then over. Rise. Second side. And rise. Twist over the right shoulder. And rise back forward. Second side. And then back up. Hold the elbows open, chest pushes forward. And pause there for just a moment. And then press the forearms together, rounding the shoulder blades backwards. Twice more like that. Elbows open, chest forward and through. And forearms together, push the shoulder blades backwards. One more. Open. And press. Good. Head onto hands and knees. Continue that type of motion that you were just doing with the chest. Taking cat-cow. It's more about the vertebrae since the arms are more or less stuck here. But do notice the shoulder blades still have some mobility. You round up this space in between them. As the vertebrae drops down, the shoulder blades can squeeze together. Beautiful. And all the way up to a high kneeling position. Wind the right elbow under the left. So now 3 times really slowly. Elbows lift up to sky. Shoulders are pushing down. A little tiny back bend, not nearly as deep as the full camel. And then drop elbows into the belly. Round the spine up, pushing shoulder blades wide. Good. Back upright. Elbows lift. And come into belly. One more. Lift. And back into belly. Beautiful. Release. Bring the hands to hands in front of you. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Welcome to pedal out the legs a little bit. So right leg reaches clear up to sky. Stack the hips, bend the knees and the toes behind your back if you can. And squaring the hips back off. Take it like a plank pose. Shoulders shift over wrists. Right knee to nose. Hold for just a moment. Back up to three-legged dog. Leg extends up. And then this time as that right leg goes through, step the foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee down to ground. Shift the hips as far forward as you can. Just make sure the toes are far enough forward that the knee doesn't go past toes. Good. Either stay here with fingers on the floor or walk up. Just keep on pushing hips forward. And 3 times we'll do the forearm thing. So elbows open, chest forward and through. And forearms touch. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Hands drop down, front leg straightens. Half split, just lean forward. Now as we shift weight back forward, plant that front foot. We're lifting up the back knee. We're bumping the hands forward. Supported warrior 3. Float the back leg. Good. Now cross that left foot behind. So plant that foot on the floor. The legs are now crossed. Sometimes this is really intense. You need to kind of walk the hands up the shins. That's okay. If you want to make it more intense, you can walk the hands a little bit further to the right. Okay, hands back forward. Float that back leg back up. Set the foot down. Normal forward fold. And slide up the shins, half lift. Drop the hands all the way to plant on the floor. Both feet step back. Child pose, down dog, or first roll. And lowering to knees when you're ready. Take your time if you're doing the flow good. You're welcome to go ahead. Okay. This time we're trying to wind left elbow under right. If you can get the palms to press, great. If not, just know that even like grabbing for a thumb or something, anything that you can get. We're up high. Extend slowly. Elbows lift, shoulders are pushing down. lift. And elbows into belly, super rounded version of a child's pose. Okay, head into 2. And down. One more. Pause for just another breath or so. And unwind the arms, find downward facing dog. Extend the legs upward. Left leg floats, bend the knees, stack the hips, toes behind your back if you can. And back to 3-legged dog. And then shift shoulders forward like plank, knee to nose. And 3-legged dog. And this time step left foot in between hands, lower the back knee. Shift hips forward, make sure the knee doesn't go past toes. So keep scooting toes forward if needed. And option to stay with hands on the floor or coming up. If your balance is okay, forearms together. 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 1. Good. Dropping hands down, half split. Shifting weight back forward. Up the back knee. And as hands continue to bump even further forward, float the right leg. Good. Land in the crossed position. So right foot crossing behind. Again, if this is really hard to reach the ground, just walk your hands a bit higher. Or if you want more, walk hands to the left. Hands back out in front. Float the right leg. Land forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins, half lift. Hands plant to floor. Traveling feet back, same thing again. Child pose, down dog, or roll your choice. No rush. At some point, we'll be ready to travel up to top of that. Whenever you're ready. Your knees, step walk, or jump up to the top. Tilt the feet a bit closer. The big toes are touching, the heels are slightly separated. Sitting the glutes back like you're about to go into a chair. Bring your hands onto your thighs. And then from here, go back and forth between the chest, pushing forward as much as you can. And then round back. Lots of space. Twice more like that. Chest forward and through, arch. Press back. Forward and through, arch. Press back. And that nice neutral spot in the middle. The low back just slightly tucked under. Arms up by the ears. Maybe heels even lift. Try to find the balance between control, just kind of sitting in this spot. Good. Hands to the heart. Heels softly down. Straighten the legs, circle the arms up and back. And then hands back down to heart. Right elbow twist under. Back to fierce. So option to stay here. This is option 1. Second option, cross right thigh over for eagle. Straightening left leg, float the right knee. Kick back like a warrior 3. And land like a warrior 1. Let's try to lift up to side. And then elbows into the waist. Round the shoulder blades. Now as your spine is down like this, release the arms, reach the arms down, forward, all the way, circle up and back. Good. Slowly like that, twice more. Arms going all the way through that full rotation. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Circle up, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Front elbow to front thigh. The other arm up and forward. And then reverse it. Back fingers to back leg. Circle up and back. 2 times, flowing between those 2 points. Lean forward. Back. Starting to go with the flow. And forward. And back. Beautiful. Warrior 2. Star. The toes are turned out about 45 degrees. And from here, come down into a squat, elbows into the waist, knees are bent. And straighten back out, star, elbows into waist. 1 more. Hands to inner thighs, push the inner thighs open. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Allow yourself to relax forward. Any arm position that works right now. Bend to the knees, roll the spine up. Bring your front toes forward. And we'll play with a half moon. So cartwheeling forward. I think we can land the left hand to the outside of the left foot. You can also play with just kind of balancing like a star. Good. And everything drops down at the top of the mat. Release control, especially of shoulders. The back is heavy. Next inhale, rise, circle the arms up, slight arch back. Hands to the heart. Elbows open. And hands to the heart. Beautiful. So big toes close, heels slightly separated. Left elbow winds under. Sitting back, fierce pose. And by the way, push shoulders down. So this should be a nice shoulder stretch as you're here. So either stay here, version 1, or left thigh wraps over, version 2. And float the left knee. Warrior 3. Landing like a warrior 1, elbows lift up to the sky. Elbows into the belly button. And as you release the arms, start them forward, circle all the way up through the full shoulder rotation back. Twice more. 2. And 1. Circle up, inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Front elbow to front thigh, the other arm up and over. And reverse. Twice more between those 2 points. Warrior 2. Star, toes 45-degree angle, arms reach upward. And elbows to waist, squat down. Inhale, reach. 2. 1. Reach. And hands to inner thighs, the knees are bent. Push inner thighs open. Perhaps twist right shoulder forward. And left. Beautiful. Release. Turn the toes to the long edge. Maybe a new arm position. Perhaps your arms want you to clasp behind back and pull that open. Maybe there's a totally different position that you'd like to play with. So as you soften the knees, roll up. Front toes turn forward. Half moon or balancing star. Soften down, forward fold. Shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. And slide up the shins, half lift. And softly back down. Travel the feet back, child's pose, down dog or a flow. Whether we're kneeling or down dog, send the right knee forward and through to pigeon. Welcome to play with back bend if you'd like. Maybe even reaching left hand to left foot, with the shoulder open in that way. But you're also welcome to just take easy sleeping pigeon, dropping the elbows if you'd like. Rocking the weight onto right hip. The left leg swings around. This can be cross leg, shin stack, or knee stack, whatever feels best for a moment. Then once we're here, take the right arm across the chest, the left arm hugs it in. We're going to drop the right shoulder down and then tilt the head to the left. Bring both arms back and left arm across. Drop the left shoulder down, tilt the head to the right. And both arms open. Circle up. And the hands drop down right in front of you. If there's more space to ease your way forward, start to lean forward. Allowing the glutes and the hip muscles to start to relax. As you walk the hands back in, drop the legs to just such an easy cross leg. You can easily sit. And then we're going back and forth, almost like we're picking apples. You're reaching one arm really high up, and then reaching the other arm. So this is just loosening up anything else that may feel stuck and tight around that shoulder blade area. Yeah, you can reach to side angles, directly up, whatever feels like it's helping those muscles. Take another 3 on each side. 2. 1. Beautiful. Swing the legs back behind. Child pose or kneeling, however you'd like to approach the pigeon pose. Left knee forward and through. Same thing, if you want to stay up for a little while, that's great. If you want to grab right hand to right foot for a little while, that's great. If you want to drop straight down to elbows, also beautiful. Rocking left hip to the ground. The right leg swings around. Cross leg chin stack or knee stack, whatever allows the sitting to be comfortable. Open both arms behind. And then the left arm comes through. Pull that one in. Drop the left shoulder down. And tilts to the right. Open both arms back. Right arm gets hugged in. Shoulder drops down. Head tilts to the left. And open. Beautiful. Once again, easy cross leg. Take a few apple pickers. Slow as you need to go. Any angles that ease out all those muscles. Keep going as many rotations as you feel would be helpful for your shoulders. When you're satisfied, open the legs and walk the arms forward and through. And walking the hands back in. The legs come together. Try to use the core to slowly return off the back. Good. We'll take one more twist to each side. So you choose what kind. You can have both knees come in and then twist to the side. You could just have the right knee, or you could even cross the right knee over the left. So you choose what type of twist you'd like. And we're all twisting over to the left. Pull the shoulders open. Pull the hip and the low back open. Pull even the very breath open. Looking back to those tougher moments of class, when we are balancing and flowing a lot more. Life does go through ebbs and flows like that. So regardless of how we handled our control or release of control then, notice how here in this moment, we can still choose ease. And I'll start to relax the hip back down, set up for the second side of whichever twist you're taking. And cross over to the right. Sometimes there's little tiny muscles that you don't even realize that you have a little bit of control over in your hair and your scalp. That as you're trying to control everything, it's like even those muscles squeeze against the hair. And they kind of thin the hair out, make the hair more choked off, less healthy. So even things like that, we don't realize that we have as much control over it as we do. As we start to release and just flow with our breath, you can sometimes feel that sensation of even the scalp relaxing. And so as the hips return to the ground, if there's last stretches you'd like to take before Shavasana, feel free to explore. Otherwise, at any point that you feel ready, start to settle down into gravity. Maybe tuck the shoulder blades under so the chest and the breath is open and flowing. Take your time exploring these last things that are needed. No rush to get to Shavasana, but when you are at Shavasana sooner or later, this is the biggest chance of the whole class to really practice release of control. Just being. Beginning to deepen inhales and exhales. Introducing tiny movements back to the body. Fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Slowly inviting movements, stretches that feel good and helpful. Perhaps the body wants to take a fetal position today, rolling over to one side. Enjoying all the time it takes to ease the consciousness back. Even 4 or 5 more good deep breaths. Up to a comfortable seated place when you feel ready. Hands together in front of the heart. Here, as we return back to our intention, we open up perhaps to a new paradigm of living where headaches could be eased away sometimes. Or things like that are this sense of stress and like closed energy, we open up instead. And in that way, relax down this beautiful path of presence and connection with beauty of life. With this to ease us forward, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.